for another total rehaul. If you are new to my channel, first of all, welcome. And secondly, a total rehaul is when I go back and watch a video, or not necessarily watch, but look at the list of products in a video that I hauled, and I print that out, bring them back to you, and tell you what I thought of them. And I do this because I saw some other people doing them, like Crystal from Miss Crystal Makeup and Kirsten from It's Kirsten. I think those were the first two people that they kind of did this sort of thing. And it gives me an opportunity to talk to you about things that maybe you didn't see in a fails or favorites sort of video. Some of the things are repeats, but at any rate, several of these rehaul videos, and I believe I have them in a playlist, so I will go ahead and link that below for you as well in case you want to check out any other of my rehauls. That's what's happening, so let's get started. The very first thing I have out here, and if you guys haven't seen that haul, you should go maybe check it out. I'll link it below. Bob actually was on, it's my husband, and he was talking about the Bath & Body Works things that he purchased. I tried, our schedules didn't work for me to get him to come here and do a review for you, but he had picked up the scents in Noir, Twilight Woods, and Midnight, and he really liked all of those. If I remember, Midnight was his favorite, so it was funny, him doing a haul. All right, the next thing was the Younique 3D Fiber Lashes. I did a save or splurge on those. I didn't like that at all. Not one teeny tiny bit, so I no longer have that. I will link the save or splurge below for you as well, but just wasn't my favorite by any means. There's a lot of that in this video, so just there were a lot of things I didn't like. The next three things were all from the L'Oreal Visible Blur line. There's a foundation, concealer, and a blush. And I believe that I did a video kind of talking about all of these products. The blush, or no, excuse me, was it the concealer? I don't know, one of them I liked okay, but I ended up returning all three of them. They just, the foundation was not good at all. I didn't like any of them. Again, I'll have that below for you guys. Okay, the next thing was the Maybelline Color Tattoos, and they were the new ones that are now part of the permanent collection. I remember like being a crazed person, I'm trying to pick them up here, being a crazed person trying to get them because I was convinced they were going to be not permanent. I have since stopped being a crazed person. So the first one was the one in Vintage Plum, and this is the one I've probably worn the least out of them. I like these. This one, as you can see, though, I like these, meaning the color tattoos. This one is already very dry. I feel like it's dried out way faster than the rest of them. But kind of what I noticed with this one is the same thing that I noticed with Toughest Taupe, is that, you know, this one is matte and it just makes it tricky to blend and it dries out very quickly. So there was that one. And then the next one was the Deep Forest. And this one I had been hoping when I picked it up that it was going to be a dupe for one of the ones that had come in a previous limited edition. It was not. This is more of like an army green. And again, see, look, I don't know. I just wasn't thrilled with the matte ones. So there's an attempt at a swatch of that. And then the next one is the one, probably one of my favorites of all of the color tattoos, and that's the one in Chocolate Suede. I have that on my eyes today, but can you see? This haul was in July, and it's already started to dry out, and I store these upside down and haven't opened them all that much. But this one has a little more of a metallic finish. It reminds me of a, you know, kind of like the dark Bad to the Bronze finish. And but here's the thing, you know, to get this shade, you have to build up a little bit. If you blend it out a little bit, I actually have this on my lids today with an eyeshadow over the top of it. Kind of looks like that, blended out a little bit. Ugliest swatch of life. And then the other one, this one is in Creamy Beige. And this again is one of the mattes. Let's go right here. And this one I feel like hasn't dried out quite as quickly. So I think that's one of my kind of issues with the color tattoos, is they are inexpensive, which is great because it gives you a nice, you know, base for an inexpensive color or inexpensive price. But I just feel like they dry out very quickly, and they just are hard to apply sometimes and apply patchy. It's really my only complaint with them. And I just wanted to mention very quickly that a lot of people have asked me in the past what my favorite way to apply those with. And this is the base shadow brush from Real Techniques. So it's the one that's a little bit longer, has a little bit of give to it. This is my favorite brush. I feel like it applies the product in the least patchy way possible and blends it out fairly well. So I just thought I would give that a quick mention. Okay, the next product down there I have not used. I think I didn't watch this haul back. I just printed out my list, but I'm fairly certain I probably said something about being scared of it. This is the Airbrush Legs Sally Hansen Medium. I don't self-tan. I can't be trusted to self-tan. I mean, I just can't. I think I've only tried it a couple of times and it just doesn't, I just look ridiculous. I look orange. Nothing ever works with my skin. Anyway, this is the one in medium. I purchased this. I don't know what I had in my head. I can't remember why I wanted to purchase this, but I have not used it. So I apologize. I cannot report back on that, but I know that the world likes it. I'm just like the only one that has issues with it. All right, I had 4 polishes on this, and I actually have worn all but one of them, which is pretty good for me. The first one is the Sally Hansen in Dark Huemoor, I believe is how you say it. This is a really pretty navy blue shade and opaque in 2 coats. Really, really like that. And this one is the one in On Pines and Needles. This one has some shimmer in it. And I like this. It was not quite opaque in 2 coats. I never do more than 2 coats, but it's very nice. And these are the ones that have, this line is one of my favorite lines, and it has kind of that wider brush, if you can see that, without me making a mess everywhere. The next one was Bubblegum Pink from the Extreme Wear line. Really like this pink. It's a pretty kind of spring, summer pink. And then the next one was Mellow Yellow. I didn't try this, so I can't report back. Oh, and this is opaque in 2 coats. But this one, I don't know why. I actually do, I think I was going to wear these 2 together. I thought that would be fun in the summer, and then I just didn't. I get ideas in my head, and then, you know. All right, the next thing that I have on here is the Neutrogena hand cream. I have talked about this, I've shown it in my empties, purchased it over and over and over again. This is the original. This, right now, if you have dry hands, I really suggest this. It's like $4 or $5 from the drugstore. It comes in a box in case you're looking for it. I always tell people that because I think sometimes it's tricky to find, but it's a Vaseline sort of texture, and I put, you know, before bed every night, I put a dot here, 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 and here. And I think people forget sometimes. They always put it on their hands and then wipe it out, but like the backs of my hands are what's, you know, sometimes more dry. So I always make sure I put some there. Anyway, awesome. I don't like this during the day. It will pick up everything. You know, like how some lotions will pick up dirt and stuff. Don't like this during the day, but I love this at night. I swear by it. It's the only thing I use anymore. I've none trying other ones because that one works, and why should I try something else? Okay, the next thing was from QVC, and it was, and this is going to be kind of a spoiler for when I do my It Cosmetics video, but it's an It Cosmetics blush. It's Vitality Cheek Flush in Pretty and Peony. Just a stunning color. I love this shade. And I definitely have worn it more in the, you know, in the summer than I have now, but just this shade will just brighten up your face. I'm sure that you will be hearing me talk about that again. And then because I bought on QVC, it was, you know, a lot of times if you buy It Cosmetics on QVC, you get a better price and it'll include a brush. So this is the, it doesn't actually, I don't have the name written down, but I will have it listed below because I know there's a really long name for it. Gorgeous brush with this little kind of thing in the middle here and the It logo there. And this is a really nice blush brush. I didn't use it for the longest time because I was like, I don't know, it seems kind of flimsy. It's one of those brushes where I think I've heard her say before, does the work for you. It really does. It's a beautiful brush. I absolutely love this brush. Okay, next sort of thing. I don't know if I was preparing for winter or if I was just out of products, but I actually use this as much in the summer as I do in the winter. And this is the True Blue Spa from Bath & Body Works Glycolic Acid. It's called the Crack Heel Treatment. It's called the Heel of Approval. That's the actual name of this. This stuff is amazing. I use this all over my feet. I do not use this just on my heels. So in the summer, in the winter, so whether it's just your heels or your whole feet or whatever, put some of this stuff on, put your socks on, go to sleep, wake up in the morning and be amazed. So I really, when I've been neglecting it and I go back to using it, it really only takes a couple of days and it is just back to nice, it's good. It's good stuff. This was when I had purchased the electric palette from Urban Decay in preparation for the electric challenge. And if you haven't seen that, I will link that below as well. I really enjoyed that challenge. That was something, as I said in my 2014 favorites, it really was kind of a game changer for me, as far as realizing that I could use color and still be kind of work appropriate and age appropriate and that sort of thing. So if you've never seen, I'm sure you have, the electric palette, this is what it is. There are 10 shades in there. They are like pure pigment, like really saturated color. And the challenge was to wear all of those 10 shades within 5 days. Did a video. I did that in conjunction with Emily Noel 83. So I'll link actually hers and mine below for you guys. All right, Tarte Skinny Smolder Eyes and Sunstone Bronze. This was a replenish. I'm smirking because I don't even know how many times on my channel I have mentioned this particular shade. I love the Tarte Skinny Smolder Eyes. They are one of my favorite pencils, if not my favorite pencil overall. It's a toss-up now with the Marc Jacobs, but the Marc Jacobs liners are just a little bit different in the fact that they're more gel. At any rate, this shade is just perfection. If you have the Tarte or the Lorac Unzipped palette, this is the perfect eyeliner to use with that, among other things. But I always, whenever I grab that palette, I grab for this liner. I've gone through an entire one of these liners, which for me is a feat. And then, like I said, I repurchased it because I just didn't want to be without it. I had a couple of things from Chanel that I purchased, and I think this was in July, but I think it was fall 2014, their fall 2014. The first one was one of their single eyeshadows, and this is in the color Hesitation. You can see, I don't like to touch the C's. So I used this today, actually. I have and this is how whenever I have worn it and liked it, this is how it was. I used the chocolate shimmer from the Maybelline Tattoos, and then I used this over the top of it. And that's the way that I like it. I feel like it tones down the red in it just a little bit. You can still see that it's red, but it's toned down a little bit. And I don't think I'd be sad if I were you if you missed out on this. It was limited edition. I feel like it's, of the Chanel singles that I have, I feel like it applies more patchy than anything that I have. And it's just a little bit trickier to blend. Let me give you a little swatch of it there. I'm going to do 2 swatches. So that's 2 swatches of the color. So it's not super pigmented. It's okay. It's not the be all end all, and it is actually something that I kind of regret that I purchased. Speaking of things I regret that I purchased, this is also from Chanel, and this is in the Le Beige 01. I don't know. So it was this packaging, but it's not the Le Beige that you think it is. It's this. And I was expecting to see magic with this, and I did not see magic. I didn't see anything. I think I've said before, I don't know if my face is broken or what, but I don't know. And I've done really well with returning things, but I kind of purchased this from a store that I don't normally purchase from, and I wasn't quite sure how to do the return thing because I purchased it from a person at a counter, and you know what I mean? So yeah, that is regretful for me. I know that there are people that love that product. I am just not one of them. Okay, the next things were from Camp Cosmetics. There were 5 blushes, and I will show them to you here, and then I have them swatched in my hand for you. So this is Nouveau, Demure, Obsessed, Lit de Parade, and Shi Shi. And I've talked for sure about Nouveau and Shi Shi several times. So this is Nouveau, Demure, Obsessed, Lit de Parade, and Shi Shi. And I don't think I really need to say this probably, but I do love them. I love them all. I truly think that if Nouveau is one of my favorite blushes of all time, like all time. I can't even stop with that blush. And there were 4 shadows as well. I just swatched them for you. So the first one is Bistro, which is this one right here. The next one is Tranquility, which is that one right there. Both beautiful transition shades. I throw them around. This one, one of my favorite shadows of life, and I'm wearing this in my outer corner today. It's Captivate. And so all 3 of those are matte. And then the last one was Light Years, and that is right there. And this one is a Frost. This is beautiful inner corner, right up under your brow bone. It's also beautiful as a highlight or as a, like, to tap on your lip to give you that kind of that pouty thing. It's stunning. Alright, so I believe that that is everything that I have for you guys today. On my face, I'm wearing the Illamasqua Skin Base again. Again, my color is in 2B1. And for my cheeks, I'm wearing Nouveau from Camp Cosmetics. And on my eyes, I have, as I said, the Maybelline Color Tattoo and Chocolate Shimmer all over my lid. And then I have the Chanel Hesitation on top of that. And then a little of that Captivate on the outer corner and then into my crease. On the inner third, I took a little bit of Stila's Kitten. I just have this like single that I got from somewhere that I've been using forever and ever, amen. And then on my lips today, I have the Tarte Lip Surgeons in Glitzy. I think this is in Glitzy. Yes, Glitzy. This is one of my favorites. I absolutely love that one. Wish they would make that permanent. And then same mascara combo as I had in the last video. Lancome Hypnose Drama on the top, and then Clinique on the lower lash line. And I think that is everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're having a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!